Good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, Zuhair and Dolan. It's 11:19 Friday. So Zuhair, you should have moved into your dorm. And Dolan, you went back a while ago. So I hope you're both enjoying college so far. I know Zuhair, you're enjoying it a little bit. But Dolan, haven't heard anything from you. Hope you're not too busy. Too busy. No. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having some fun. I'm moving down on September 18th, and my last day of work is the 14th. It's a Friday, so yay, money. And first day of classes is the 24th of September. So recently, in the news, I heard on NPR tonight even, that Apple won its case against Samsung in front of the jury, which is complete ludicrous, because it said that Samsung violated Apple's patent on black rectangles with rounded edges. So this, black rectangle, rounded edge. Well, guess what? It's a black rectangle with rounded edge. My TI-89, it's black, it's a rectangle, has way rounded edges. My Western Digital 1 terabyte Passport hard drive is black, rectangle, has rounded edges. CPU fans, I won at PDXland from Lepa. I don't even know what company that is. I just won them somehow. Anyway, black, rectangular, albeit square, but that's still a rectangle with rounded edges. I'm sure the thing that they're actually fighting against is my tablet from Motorola, so now Google. It's black, rectangle, has rounded edges. This is what they're fighting against, but you can't patent a black rectangle with rounded edges. I mean, you seriously cannot patent that, and the fact that that was patented is ludicrous. Oh, guess what else is black, rectangular, has rounded edges? A Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance SP. In fact, there's one over there, and I would get it for you. It's just, you can't. You know what? I'm gonna make a patent on orange circles. Yeah, if it's a circle and it's orange, you're violating my patent. I will sue your ass. Sue your ass. Oh, and then I'm going to sue the United States government for putting tariffs on oranges, because technically oranges are now all mine. Every orange is now, either it belongs to me or it's violating my patent, because I have a patent on circles that are orange. And guess what? An orange is circular, and it's orange. It's ludicrous. It's absolute ludicrous. Also, what else did I hear on the news? So Mitt Romney wants to start drilling for oil in Alaska, and as a part of that, he's going to get rid of subsidies for renewable energy. Don't like that, because I want my grandkids to live in a world that's inhabited. I also want to live in that world, but I'm willing to sacrifice that if my grandkids can have it. B, I don't actually care about the nature. Alaska has a lot of nature. I was in Alaska for a week on a cruise. It was supposedly part of my graduation present. I didn't really want to go, so shh, don't tell anyone that. But Alaska has a lot of nature. It can lose some. But it's like, the fossil fuel energy seems to be an industry of diminishing returns. It will go away. It's called fossil fuels for a reason. And renewable energy is where money's going to be 100 years from now. And so why we're not investing in it now, so that way we have a monopoly over it, or at least a very good foothold in that market, and it doesn't belong to, like, oh, I don't know, China? Or India? Or Europe, for God's sake. Europe would be okay. We like Europe. They don't violate human rights. I mean, we do violate human rights. We need to fix that. But China is worse. It's China, man. The communists. They are communists. They're just totalitarian. And they support North Korea. That's not okay. Although we should support Mexico more and help with fighting drug cartels and stuff, because that kills people too. Although if we would stop taking drugs, they wouldn't have any money. So, yeah. Go America. Also, really angry with the Democrats for having helped pass Michelle Obama's like healthy school food lunch. Not because I'm against healthy school lunches. I mean, that's a good thing. But because they clearly didn't know what the hell they were doing. They are too restrictive and are not allowing the states and local governments to implement it in the way they see fit. The reason why this is a problem is that if you want to receive federal subsidies for your school lunch programs, you need to follow a certain set of guidelines, and that is how schools help make ends meet and aren't running deficits in this lunch programs. But it's stupid because they have like minimum and maximum requirements that aren't average over a week. So for example, if you serve an ounce of protein one day and then 3 ounces of protein the next day, that averages over 2 days to be 4 ounces over 2 days. That's 2 ounces a day, which is within the requirements. However, because you served, and under the old requirements that would be okay, but under the new requirements are so restrictive that you can't do that. You served 3 ounces of protein one day, and that is over the 2 ounce amount. And so it's not like a weekly average, which would be okay, but it's a daily amount, and that severely limits what schools can serve. And they can't serve a lot. I mean, they just really can't. And so it's very hard for schools to follow these new guidelines. And also it's put a lot of people out of work. A lot of chefs, especially in the New York area, because they had this special deal going on for the New York public schools. And so I know all this because of my mother, who is director of nutrition services at Portland Public Schools. And I can't, and it's like, I'm okay with the government saying, we want this idea to be done. Fulfill this in a way that we think is pretty okay, and you're going to get the money. We're not going to tell you exactly how to do it, but we want like this general idea, and as long as you're doing it, great. And then the states are like, okay, so for us, that would mean more like this. Cities and counties, do this. And then cities are like, okay, do this, 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 and this. I'm okay with that. That's how government's supposed to work. You have a federal government. Boom, boom, boom. That's how things work. And when you try to have a centrally controlled, everyone has to do it like this, know what the hell you're talking about. Know the hell what you're talking about, and realize the unintended consequences that you're having. Because if you don't take that into consideration, you're going to shit things up. Otherwise, just let the local government handle it. Ah, God. I don't even know what politics I am. I'm anti-politics. I don't even want to vote. I don't like anyone. I don't like Obama. But I like him better than Mitt Romney. God knows I don't like Mitt Romney. But whatever. So yeah, they're making me lose faith in humanity. Every time I see on Reddit someone, like, a husband cheated on a wife, or a lot more times on Reddit, a wife cheated on a husband, or like, boyfriend, girlfriend break up, or like, marriages break apart, and children are now hurt because of that. It literally kills me on the inside. It makes me not want to live on this planet anymore. It makes me ashamed to be a human being, because we as human beings are destroying the basic foundations of what it means to be human, and that is family. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That is family. Family can mean a lot of different things. For a priest, family means them, their community with their brother priests, and the whole Catholic Church. Sisters and nuns. Sisters and nuns actually makes more sense because they're like in a convent, and it's like that's their family. But when you break apart the nuclear family, when you have 2 spouses and you break it apart, I just die on the inside. I mean, I've seen that happen to my own family. I mean, that happened actually a lot on both sides of my family, and it's never been an excellent thing per se. I mean, without one of them, I wouldn't be here, so I can't complain about it too much, but I can complain about it too much because it is... it makes me sad. It really makes me sad because, because A, I just think it's a bad thing that's happening, and B, if we want to go all politics and money on it, it turns out, I heard on a report from NPR, yay NPR, that's what I listen to on the way to work, because everything else is a morning talk show at 8 a.m., and it's so annoying. But I heard on NPR that statistically, upper class families do actually not have as high of a divorce rate as lower class families, and as a result, those children do not have a highest divorce rate and are more successful because they have stability in the home and they can go to school and they can get a good education, get a good job, and get good money. But when you don't have stability in the family, kids can't focus on school, they can't get a good education, they can't get a good job. I mean, you always hear about the rare cases, but those are the exception, not the rule. The rule is that their lives suck, and it's violating the American dream. And the whole idea of the American dream, I don't like, because that's not the original American dream, and I hate it when people say that the American dream, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't believe that was ever the American dream. The American dream was you can live in a country where you're not going to be repressed by the government, which it turns out, from what I've heard from you guys, that's turning out not to be true. So that's the failure of the American dream, not whatever modernism had you believe the American dream then turned out to be. But yeah. But I did also hear another report of a family in like Detroit or Chicago, I forget which, where they're trying to integrate fathers back into the family with the mother's consent, and I loved hearing that. That made me so happy, and it's like, you have helped restore my faith in humanity, so thank you. Thank you, organization. Thank you, Jesuits, because you're generally always doing a good thing. Thank you, small local priests, because you really do love what you're doing, and you help people. Thank you, passionate people who try to make the world a better place. You make me feel better. And screw you, media, always trying to sensationalize everything. I hate you. You suck. Go die. I hate the media. I legitimately hate the media. That's why I try to get all my news from Reddit. So, except the BBC. BBC, you're okay. You're better. I like you. NPR, you're okay too. Mostly. When you're not being crazy liberal and atheistic, then I don't like you. Because you're being crazy liberal and atheistic. Fox News, I just don't like you. CNN, I don't like you much either. A&P, you're probably a pawn of someone. So, screw you, news media. You can all suck an iceberg and die, like the Titanic. But whatever. I hope to hear back from you guys. Have fun time at college. Look forward to seeing your updates soon.